Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I got something kind of cool here. This is Rachio's second generation smart sprinkler controller. Now, you guys already know and love them from their first generation, but they were nice enough and thoughtful enough and smart enough to listen to the customers, listen to the community, and make some minor improvements to give you this super awesome Generation 2. Now, something that I like about Rachio is these are made and designed in the United States. So not only are they helping us by making such an awesome device here, they're creating local jobs, which is really nice nowadays. That's really good to hear. Now, I personally want to thank Shelby Miles, who's in marketing over there at Rachio, for sending this over, and I'm really excited to bring you this. Now, what they've done here with the smart sprinkler controller is now you can control it all from your iOS device or Android, and with that you can go ahead and cut the water off, on, set schedules, and adjust it. It's even smart enough to communicate with your local weather, and let's say it's going to rain, it knows that, so it won't water on the days that it's going to rain, which is actually very smart. Now, for me, where I live, California, we have very strict watering guidelines, and there's certain days I cannot water no matter what. Even if it's 150 degrees outside, they don't care. I cannot water on, let's say it's Tuesday and Fridays, they won't let me. So with the app, I can take total control over that and just say, don't water this day or that day, and I can add more water or less water. And these are even part of EPA's WaterSense program. Now, what does that mean? These are registered with the EPA as their WaterSense program. So if your county, your utility bills in your county, if they offer rebates for WaterSense devices, like if you have high efficiency washer and dryers, you can get a rebate. Or if you have something like this, which Rachio is registered with the EPA, then if your county, and you'll have to check, will offer you a rebate for buying something like this, because they know this will help you save water, which means saving money. So not only do you help your county and the environment by saving water, but you're also going to save yourself some money. Like, how cool is that? So let me give you a little closer look here. This keeps your plants healthy, saves you water. It's a quick install, fully compatible with your existing sprinkler system, and it supports up to 16 zones. That's crazy. I think here between my front and backyard, I only have 5 zones. So if you have 16, that means you either have a large house, or this can even be used at a commercial site. And how great is that? If you're in the landscaping business and your job is to take care of 4 or 5 different properties and you install these, now you could do them all from your phone. You don't have to go to each individual location and adjust the water accordingly. You can custom fit this to your yard or your business. It's totally remote control from your phone, which is great. So as long as you're getting a cellular signal or a Wi-Fi signal, you're in good shape. I recently was on a 7-day cruise with my wife, and we were somewhere far away, and it would have been nice to have been able to turn off the water. I had my sprinkler set to water, every other day, and it started raining on us on a couple of days while we were on vacation. It would have been nice to just open my phone and go ahead and turn the water off. That would have saved me some money, and it would have saved the environment some water. And you can control this from an iOS device or an Android, so you don't have to worry about that. And with this being a smart sprinkler device, this can hook up to some Nest devices, and it could even work with that Amazon, Alexa. So if you have Amazon Alexa, you can be home and say, Alexa, water the front grass. And depending on what zone you set up, it'll go ahead and do that. This is real-time notification and weather updates. So you'll see right on your phone, and this will adjust itself accordingly and water or not water depending on that. And this will water or not water depending on the weather. Obviously, you don't want it to water if it's going to rain outside. We'll also connect to personal weather stations and rain sensors if your personal weather stations support this, or if you have rain sensors. Some people have those rain sensors that are on the outside of the house, located around their gutter or something. And then when it senses moisture or condensation or whatever, it will go ahead and talk to this and not water. But like I said, this will go ahead and take care of you and have you connected to your weather as well. Now, the only problem I foresee with this is I may have to buy 2 more. One for my brother-in-law and one for my father-in-law, because once they see this, their heads are going to explode. It is that cool. So I'm gonna stop talking, turn the camera around, open this up, unbox it, and we're gonna go through it step by step. We're gonna unbox it, check everything out, see what's inside the box, the contents. Then we'll go down to my garage, go ahead and install it, and that's it. So, all right. Okay, the Rachio Smart Sprinkler Controller, 2nd generation. Let's go ahead and open it up. Like I said, Rachio is a great company. I would urge you read about them if you haven't or don't know, whether it's Brad Alcorn or Ben Blackmere, Chris Klein, Shelby Miles. You should go ahead and check out their website and find out about them. A lot of times, any time I buy something, I tend to read about the company, and they're a great company. Okay, so here is the unit itself. You'll go ahead and install this in place of your existing irrigation controller in your garage, or let's say you're going to install it on the outside. They do make an enclosure for this so it can be installed outside, so don't fret if yours is outside. Okay, so I'll go ahead and lift up here on this tab on the bottom. Now it will reveal itself, and I'm just going to cover up my serial information there. And then, yeah, all the terminals will go into your sprinkler system. You'll have a master, or some have a master. And if you have a rain sensor outside, you'll go ahead and connect those there. And these are your normal zones that'll go ahead and be plugged in, and you'll have a C coming in. So your C, I believe, is controller, and then your zone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then, you know, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and depending on how many zones you got. Something that Rachio suggested, and I would as well too, is they urge you when you first take the cover off your existing controller, take pictures of it so you could see how it's labeled and numbered, and so you don't mess up or screw any things up. Now this also gives you manual controls. Now this is like your enter select key, and then this is up and down, and I believe these light up corresponding, letting you know what is what. So yeah, that's the controller. And they give you a let's get started, your setup guide here. Now from what they're saying is it's total time, maybe a half-hour setup, and you're good to go. So, which it's telling me this is fairly easy. I believe a trained monkey could do it. All right. Schedules, install. All right. And then in here we have, feels like probably your power unit. Let's see. Yeah, your power unit. And your mounting hardware. So they have the anchors, so you'll probably drill in your wall first and then hammer in these anchors, and then these screws will go right in, right on that. Okay, so bam, 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 that's there. Looks like we're ready to go. So now that this is open, we've unboxed it, we've seen it, simple enough. We'll be in and out of the garage in a few minutes. So I'm gonna take my stuff here, go down in the garage, and let's go ahead and install it and set it up. We'll go through it step by step. All right, guys. I have a Hunter XC sprinkler controller, and as you can see, this is old and archaic and just below average, if you will. So let's go ahead and take this out. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is pop down on this on your, if yours looks like this, kind of get this off of here. All right, and then that's gonna reveal all your wiring. Now, before you touch anything, what Rachio suggests, and I do as well, I'm gonna go ahead on my phone here, and I'm gonna take a few pictures. That way, I know exactly the way things were connected, so I don't mess anything up. Then the second thing I would suggest is go ahead and look at your cell phone and check your Wi-Fi signal. Make sure you have a good signal, because if you don't, you might be in trouble, because the unit needs your Wi-Fi in order to communicate with your smartphone, weather, and other things like that. So if you have a poor signal, you may want to try and relocate the device if possible, or get a Wi-Fi range extender in your house. You can Google those, or they're on Amazon. But the second step after taking a picture, I would recommend you check your Wi-Fi signal. Me, I'm golden. I'm getting a awesome signal because I'm just super cool. All right, so after that, I would say go ahead and disconnect the power. You guys know when operating or doing anything, always disconnect the power so you don't shock yourself or fry something or anything like that. That is not what we want. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my Phillips screwdriver, undo the power here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and unscrew these here. Now the controller is the C, the white one, and then the other colors that I have here are my zones. fairly simple because that's how it's labeled on the Rachio controller itself. So let me get my screwdriver here, and then I'm going to go ahead and undo this. As you could see, the display, which reminds me something out of 1985, is now gone, and that's because I've gone ahead and disconnected the power. So yeah, now I'm going to go ahead and do the wires. As you can see here, that's my controller, and they're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how you know your zones. So I don't have a master pump here, and I also don't have a rain sensor connected. If you do, you want to go ahead and disconnect those as well. That I have these all out, I'm going to go ahead and unscrew these and take this down off the wall. Keep in mind, if you have a Hunter one like me, after you do your 3 screws here at the bottom, there's one more holding on, but it's more of a hook on the back of the device. So you want to lift up and then pull it off. Now make sure you don't lose your wires in the wall, because that won't be good for anybody. Okay. So I have it here, and I'm just going to mark where I'm going to put my 2 screws. Mark it on the wall there. Mark it on the wall there. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and connect the wires. And again, if you don't know which one's which or what goes where, go ahead and refer to the photo that you took on your phone. Connecting the wires cannot be easier. Again, refer to your photo if you don't know which one is which. That way you can't mess up. But it's very simple. For me, the white is the controller. Might be different for you, but it should be the same. And then now it's locked in there. You see how I did that? Boom. Again, if I can do it, you can do it. And all you're doing is just putting the colors back in their numbered space. You see how the letter C is there for controller, and then 2, 3, 4 are for your zones. It's numbered. Now I'm just going off the picture that I took, so I know which is which. Push in, then that's it. Bam. Something you might want to do too is go around your house and take a picture of each zone. So I have 5 zones at my house, so I'm gonna go take pictures with my iPhone here and take a picture of my backyard, my irrigation system, because as we go through the setup and you go ahead and label each one, you can attach a picture to it so you can see which one you're watering. So you might label it backyard, but it's nice to see a picture of your backyard as well. So excuse me, I'm gonna take a few pictures and then I'll be right back and we will go through the rest of the setup. Okay, so I just went and took some pictures really quick, and if you haven't already, go to the Google Play Store or the App Store and download the Rachio app right there. So let me go ahead and plug this in so it can boot up. Okay, so I'll just plug in the power in and we're good to go. Okay, so I have the app open here and it's asking me to register. I guess I'm gonna probably create a user account, password, and then attach the serial number to my account. That way it goes into Rachio's cloud and I get registered and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna go through that right now and I'll be right back. Okay, so simple username, password, email address, and now we're gonna go ahead and add a device. So I'll hit add device. What kind of device? Generation 1, Generation 2, Gen 2. Okay, now it's looking for my devices and it has found it. Okay, so it connected to my Wi-Fi here. I'm good to go. And now it's asking me to type in the serial number, which is located on the right-hand side of the panel where we just made all the connections with the wires. So let me type in my serial number. So now it's saying the setup is absolutely complete. I could either start using my controller or set up my zones. I'm gonna go ahead and set up my zones. Now setting up your zones, it'll run each zone individually, and what'll happen is as each zone pops up, you can go ahead and attach a picture and label each zone. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Okay, that's it. The setup is complete. You open the app and it shows that your device is online. It even shows your local weather. How cool is that? So as you go, you can see the weather here. It can ask you what weather station you want. It's got the date. You can go ahead and set in a manual schedule like I did. And now it's only going to water on specific days for me. Because like I said, where I'm at, I'm on a very, very strict water schedule. So I can't have this adjust and go ahead and change due to the weather at water this day or that day or this time. I have very strict guidelines. Now where you're at might not be so strict, and you can let the smart device do its thing and figure all of that out for you. It can talk to the weather, it can see this, it's gonna be too hot, you need more water, less water, and it will end up taking care of a lot of it for you. And also here, like I said, you set up each zone, label each zone, and then you go ahead and you can attach a picture to it, and then it tells you when it'll water, the last time it watered, you viewed it, you get notifications. Let's just say, you know what, I want to go ahead and water right now. You hit this button right here, this pops up, and it'll water all zones, or you could select which specific zone you want to go ahead and water. So you close that, and then you just move this dial. And once you let go, it'll go ahead and start that zone. So like I said, one of the most thought out, intuitive, best, smooth, fluid running apps I think I've seen in a very long time. They have stats, they have how many gallons they've saved. I mean, it's crazy, and it's updated, and it just works. It lets you know the schedule and the last time things have happened. Manually stopped for 5 minutes, what zone was on, you get notifications. All of that you could set up and name yourself. Absolutely amazing. And like I said, there is the Rachio app, and you're all good to go. This is a big, big, big thumbs up. Like I said, the only problem I foresee is having to buy 2 more of these as Christmas presents. Now, also, you guys think about it. How many times have you had an issue with a sprinkler head and you're trying to adjust it or adjust the sprinkler system itself, and you're running back and forth? You see which sprinkler's messed up, then you run inside the house, you turn the dial and turn on the sprinkler, then you run back, okay, I got to adjust it, run back in your garage, turn it off, run back outside, make your adjustment to the sprinkler head. You know, you may need the sprinkler head to spray out more water, or to the right or to the left. Anyways, you have to run back and forth to your garage, to the controller. With this, you can manually turn on any zone one at a time, and you can set it and you could just do it. So if you're messing with the front lawn sprinklers, or if you're in the backyard, you can turn it off and on, and you don't have to get up and run back and forth. Saves you so much time. This is so well thought out, and I absolutely love it. Also, you're probably wondering, what do you do with the old controller? I'll tell you what you do. Get yourself a nice box, clean it up, put it inside that box, then you go to that neighbor that you hate and give that to him, because this is old and archaic and it's a piece of junk and you won't need it anymore. Thank you so much, Rachio, and to everybody that works at the company for making this and my life so much easier. So all we're gonna do now is just pop on the cover and we'll be done. Okay, so we're all done here. We're just gonna go ahead and pop the cover back on. Okay, nice clean install. And like I said, the indicator light's in there. That, you know, how you know it's powered up, it's connected to Wi-Fi, it's connected to Rachio's cloud, and you're good to go. Now this dial around here, pull this off. Now there's a dial around here and there's a light for each number. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 16. That's how you know what zone is on or being watered at that time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So whatever one is getting water at that time, it'll flash and you'll indicate it. And you can also adjust it here manually as well if you want to manually cut off or on a certain zone. Okay. There you go. Install, everything is done, and just like Rachio said, it probably takes you 30 minutes at the most to get everything going. And I have it here. Now I'll go ahead and open this and I'll show you. Let's go ahead and do, let's say, I'll do my irrigation drip and I'll turn that on. And then I'll go ahead and hit run now. Starting. And now as you see there, how it's flashing, that's telling me that it's going. And I can stop it at any time right here on the app, and there's 6 minutes remaining on my irrigation drip. How cool is that? How convenient and thought out is that? It doesn't get any better. Thank you so much, Shelby, Miles, and everybody over there at Rachio. This is a big, big, big thumbs up, you guys. I recommend everyone go out and grab one of these. And they have great customer service and support if you run into any problems, which I seriously doubt you will. This is so easy. Like I said, a trained monkey could do it. All right, guys.